So I heard someone share something yesterday in church, and I thought it was so beautifully said. And I thought I had something different to talk on today. I had a different topic that I was going to share, and I had to share this because I thought it resonates so much for me. I think it resonates so much for so many people, and it is the fact that you can see the stars better in more darkness. So the more darkness there is, the more you can see the stars. And where it hit home for me, and I wonder if it hit home for you, is that if you're watching me, you have some involvement, you have some desire, or you're in the industry, or personal development, business growth, personal growth. And so we're in this cycle of more. We're in this cycle of more, and we're in this cycle of better, and we're in this cycle of how do we be better and do better and get better. And so I'm all for that, and I'm certainly a fan of improving yourself and working on yourself. But I think one of the things that does happen is that we forget that it is often in the hardest times and in the darkest times, and we're at the start of a new year, and so everybody's anticipating how to make this an amazing new year. And what if you're sitting in January 6th and it's not an amazing year so far, and you're going through a dark time, or you're going through a difficult time, and that is happening for millions and millions of people, because the holidays can actually be lonely for a lot of people. It can remind people of family challenges. We have a team member right now that we send prayers up for, who's having a parent who is very ill. I saw on Facebook someone who took one of my programs years ago lost her husband last night. It's not a perfect world, and I think that I saw somebody recently make a post that I don't want to get too deep into commenting on the post, because then that changes kind of the subject of this Facebook Live. But they did this, it was a very provocative picture of a woman, and it said, "Are we verging on soft porn in a lot of business advertising?" And I share that because I think there's a lot of you out there too that go, I don't think I can live up. I don't look the way these people look. I don't dress the way these people dress. I don't have the money that these people have. And so how do I take 2020 on and build a successful business, or become more successful, when I don't feel like I can live up to the images I see on Instagram or that I see on Facebook? And so there can be a lot of darkness. And one of the things that I've shared since the beginning of my company and my business is make your mess your message. What's the mess? What is the knee-deep mess that is going on for you? What is the challenges that you're having? What is the shit that you are standing in that you think, oh my gosh, if people knew this about me, they would want nothing to do with me? And I've shared that message for years, and about 6 months ago, a pretty prominent coach, someone who I think is awesome, but they said something about, what if your mess, they said, you've heard make your mess your message. What if your mess is so bad that nobody wants to buy it? Or some derogatory comment about that statement. And I thought, oh, come on, we're looking at your mess. I mean, your images reflect your own mess. We're all standing in a mess. And so if we can find a way to understand that in the darkness you can see the stars better, that in the darkness, that in the things that are challenging for us, that are scary for us, that are embarrassing for us, that there may be shame involved for us, if we can recognize that those things, that those times and those moments and those experiences are what we can get our best messaging from, our best content from. It's where we can offer the best advice. It's what we're the best at, and it's what we're the smartest at, because it's what we've been through. It's what we've experienced. It's what we are trying to it's what we have made our way out of, or are making our way out of. And so it allows us to offer that to other people and help other people and support other people. And so I want to take a moment to acknowledge the dark and to say, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that everything isn't perfect. The most interesting people are the people who experience challenges. The most interesting people are the people who learn to take the challenges that they are having now or that they have had, and they turn it into lessons, and they turn it into an experience that is valuable to people. And that moment, I remember it so well in Africa for the first time. And I think it's one of the things that drew me to buying that house in Maine, where you are in such darkness that everything else becomes clear. When have you experienced that in your life, and how can you share that with others? It is in the darkness that we can best see the stars. And even though it may feel like hard times, it might really be the time for you to find your next best place.